Good evening, Nelson.
Good evening.
Good evening, Diana. How are you today?
Uh, I'm fine.
Okay. Nelson Lopez, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, good to hear that. Let's see who else. Sarah, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. Nelson Hernandez, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm chill today.
Okay. Victor Garcia, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am fine, thank you. Are you?
Good, thanks for asking. Francisco Hernandez, good evening.
Sure. How are
How
you?
are you? Good,
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah. Thank you. Go.
Okay, good to hear that. Raul Escobar, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm very good. How about
Oh,
you?
good, thanks for asking. Catherine Carrillo, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am fine. And you?
Good, thanks for asking. Let's see who else. Crisia, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I am fine.
Okay. Next one, Helen, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
Very well. And you?
Good, thanks for asking. Next one, Angel, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I am very well. Yeah, thanks for
Oh,
asking me.
okay, good to hear that. And Anna, good evening.
Good evening, teacher. I am away in traffic.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Anna. Let's see
Okay.
who else over there. Daisy, good evening.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm very well, teacher.
Okay, good to hear that. William, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am fine, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. Then Susana Rivera, good evening. Susana? Well, another person. Valeria Elizabeth, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening, Susana. How are you today, Valeria?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. What about you,
Okay,
mister?
good, thanks for asking. And nice to meet you because I guess you were not in class yesterday, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So Valeria, you need to edit your name. It has to be your two last names at the beginning and your two names at the end. Similar to the rest of people like Lopez, Jimenez, Nelson, Humberto. Jimenez de
Oh,
León, Sara Eunice. Yes. So in your case, Martinez Segura, Valeria Lisa. Yes. So edit it. Then Stephanie
gonna did that.
Sagastume. Okay. Stephanie Sagastume, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm great, and you?
Good. Thanks for asking. Fatima Mercado, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. Gabriela Jaco, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm great, and you?
Good to hear that. And I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Next. Well, Nestor is traveling. Catherine too. Melvin, good evening. Melvin? Melvin. Well, the last one. Luis Alejandro, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm great, teacher.
Okay, good to hear that. Now, Luis, you're going to read the introduction and the agenda for today. Can you read it, please?
Okay, teacher. October 27th, 223, teacher,
200 or 2000?
2000,
2000?
2023.
2023 or simply 2023?
Yes.
Okay, and?
Teacher Juan Lima.
Okay, now the agenda?
Agenda, game, comparative, exercise, speaking activity.
Exercise in singular or exercises in plural?
Exercises.
Exactly. So first we are going to start with a game. Then we would see how to use comparatives. This is a topic that probably you know, but you need to reinforce a little bit. Some exercises about it, and at the end, speaking activity. So let's start with a game. Here we have 4 people. For some of you who were with me in the previous level, you know these famous people. So let's see, new students. Nelson Hernandez. Can you tell us the names of those 4 people that you have on the screen?
The name
Yes.
of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, Alan, Mike, and Sophie.
Exactly. We have Laura, Ellen, Mike, and Sophie. So we have specific information about each person. For example, number 1 for Laura.
Laura has 12 years.
Laura has or Laura is 12 years?
Is, my bad, is. 12 years. He's 40 kilograms.
She is 40 kilograms.
And she is 1 meter 60.
Exactly. Good job. Now we have the second person. This is going to be for Francisco Hernandez. We have Ellen. How old is he?
He is 7 years old.
Okay. And what is his weight?
20 kilograms.
How tall is he?
1 meter by 25 meters.
1 meter 25.
Yeah.
Repeat it.
1 meter 25.
Exactly.
Thank
Next person, Angel. Next person is Mike. How old is
Mike.
Mike?
He is 10 years old.
Exactly.
He is 45 kilograms. He is 1.50 meters
Tall.
tall.
He is 1 meter 50 tall. He is 45
Yes.
kilograms or his weight is 45 kilograms?
His weight 45 kilos.
Exactly. Thank you. Next one, Diana Hill. We have Sophie. How old is she?
She is 9 years old.
And what is her weight?
He is 30 kilograms.
She is or her weight is 30 kilograms?
Weight kilograms, 30 kilograms.
Her weight is 30 kilograms. And how tall is she?
And she is 1.20 tall.
1.20 or 1 meter 20?
1.20 meters.
1 meter 20. 1 meter 20.
1 meter 20.
Okay. So in the case of the weight, you can say my weight is, or I weight. I weight 30 kilograms, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, etc. Now, let's see next person. Catherine Carrillo. we are going to compare two people. Yes? We will compare Alan and Mike. Here you have the information of each person. So I ask you, who is younger?
Alan.
Okay, give me the complete idea.
Alan, because he is, sorry, he is 7 years old.
Okay, try to give me like the complete idea. Alan is
Ellen is younger than Mike.
That's correct. And who is heavier?
Mike.
Give me the complete idea.
Mike is heavier than Alan.
Okay, and who's shorter?
Alan is shorter than Mike.
Excellent, thank you. Now let's compare two other people. And this one is going to be for, let's see, Sara Jimenez. We'll compare Laura and Sophie. Who's younger, Laura or Sophie?
Sophie is more younger than Laura.
Sophie is more younger or Sophie is younger?
Sophie is younger
Mm-hmm.
than Laura.
Than Laura. Good job. And who is thinner? Who is thinner, Laura or Sophie?
Sophie is more thinner than Laura.
Sophie is more thinner or Sophie is
Thinner,
thinner?
sorry, thinner.
Okay, complete the idea again.
Okay, Sophie is more thinner than Laura.
More thinner or thinner?
Thinner.
Okay, repeat the idea.
Sophie is more thinner than Laura.
More thinner or only thinner? Thinner. My
Thinner.
question is thinner. Who is thinner? Okay, now repeat it.
Sophie is thinner than Laura.
That's correct. And who is taller, Sophie or Laura?
Laura is taller than Sophie.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now let's see another person. Luis Alejandro, pay attention to this because I will ask you later. So Helen, we will compare Alan and Sophie. Alan and Sophie. Who's older?
Alan and Sophie. Sophie is older than Alan.
Excellent. And who is thinner, Alan or Sophie?
Repeat, teacher, please.
Who is thinner or slimmer or skinnier?
Alan is skinnier than Sophie.
Skinnier than Sophie. Okay. And who's shorter?
Sophie is shorter than Alan.
Excellent. Now, Luis Alejandro, let's compare Mike and Laura. Who's younger?
Okay, teacher. Mike is younger.
Then?
Is more younger.
It's younger.
Is younger.
Then
Laura.
Okay. And who is thinner? Who is thinner?
Thinner.
Who is more thin? But we don't say more thin. Thinner. Who is thinner?
Thinner is Mike, Maya and Laura.
Between Mike and Laura. Who is thinner?
Mike is
Mike, 45 kilograms. Laura, 40 kilograms. Who is thinner, slimmer, skinnier?
my is more curer than Laura.
Listen
than
again, Luis. Listen again. Mike is thin, slim, skinny. Laura is thin, skin. Same thing. But there is a difference between Laura and Mike. Mike has a weight of 45 kilograms and Laura 40 kilograms. So my question is, who is thinner? Who is more thin? But we don't say more thin. So who is thinner? Who's thinner?
My is more thinner.
Okay, let's see, Raúl. Who is thinner, Laura or Mike?
Laura.
Okay, give me the complete idea.
Laura is thinner than Mike.
Exactly. 40 kilograms and 45. So Laura is thinner, more thin, more slim than Mike. But we don't say more slim, we say thinner. Yes? Next one. Jose Sandoval. Who is taller, Mike or Laura?
Mike.
Give me the complete idea. If you think that is taller.
Mike is taller than Sophia.
Gabriela Jaco, is that correct? Mike is taller than Laura because you are comparing Mike and Laura.
No, it's incorrect.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Laura is taller than Mike. Está viendo Sophie, teacher, sorry.
Laura is taller than Mike. Yes,
Yes.
1.60 m and 1.50 m. So Laura is taller than Mike. Yes, good. Now let's see Diana Hill.
Okay.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
No, I don't have.
Really? Do you have a best friend?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Okay. Is your friend taller than you or you are taller than him?
No, he's taller than me.
Okay. And who's younger?
Yes, he's younger than me.
Who is thinner?
He's thinner than me.
Okay, good job. Thank you. Let's see another person. William. Who do you live with?
Repeat, please.
Who do you live with?
I lived with my parents.
Okay. Who is younger, your mother or your father?
My mother is younger than my father.
And who is thinner, your mother or your father?
My mother is thinner than my father.
And who's shorter?
My mother is shorter than my father.
Exactly, good job. So you see, my mother is shorter, no more short. Yes, my mother is shorter than my father. Good job, William. Now I ask you, are you comparing 3, 4 people or only 2 people?
2 people.
Excellent. Now, can you read the objective for today, please? William?
Lo siento. Se me congeló la projective. To compare people, place, and things.
Place or places?
Places and things.
Exactly. So today you will compare 2 places, 2 people, and 2 things. Yes? So to do it, similar to this, similar to Mike and Laura, Alan and Sophie, Alan versus Mike, etc., we had a difference. So there are some rules to express the difference. It's not only more, I am more tall, she is more short. It's no more in all the words. Yes, there are some rules. So let's see those rules. Nelson Lopez, rule number 1.
1 syllable rules. ADD
I'm
either.
sorry?
Add er. Add
ER.
er.
Mhm.
Example, cleaner.
Exactly. So when you have an adjective and the adjective has only 1 syllable, 1 sound, a short adjective with only 1 sound, we add ER. Yes? Example, clean. How many sounds do you have when you say clean?
Clean. 1 sound.
Only 1 sound. So 1 sound in English is 1 syllable in English. Not like in Spanish. In Spanish, the syllables are letters. Yes, I repeat, in Spanish, the syllables are letters. Consonant and vowel, 1 syllable. Consonant and vowel, another syllable. In English, they are not like that. In English, syllables are sounds that you hear. So, clean, 1 sound. Oh, okay. So, only ER at the end. Cleaner. Continue, Nelson, with the number 2.
2 syllables ending in white. Change white to I and add er. Example, busier.
Okay. So, we have the word. The word in this case is busy. And Raul, what is the last letter in the word busy?
Why?
Exactly. So if you have Y in one adjective, no matter if it is 1 syllable or 2 syllables or 3 syllables. Yes?
Yes.
But if you have Y, eliminate Y. And what do you use?
I.
Mhm.
Yeah.
IER. Exactly. Yes?
Yeah.
Similar to this. Victor. Happy is the adjective. What is the comparative?
Happier.
Happier. Yes? No more happy. Yes? Happier. Next one. Ángel. Rule number 3. Can you read it, please?
2 or more syllables that does not end with y.
Why?
Use why? Why? Use the word more or less.
Examples?
More active, less generous.
Exactly. So, if you want to use an adjective and that adjective has 2 syllables or 3 syllables or 4 or more syllables, you will use more to increase or less to decrease. Example, more active. How many syllables do you have when you say active, Ángel?
More.
How many syllables do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
More.
Active. In the adjective active, how many syllables do you have?
2.
2 syllables, 2 sounds. Active.
Active.
Okay. So if we have 2 syllables, we use more. Or the opposite, less.
Less.
Yes. Now, when you say generous, how many syllables do you have?
Three.
Three syllables, three sounds.
Yes.
Generous.
Yes.
So,
Generous.
more generous or less generous. Yes?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Now let's see Nelson Hernandez. If I say big, what is the comparative?
Is bigger.
Like this?
No, double G.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Double G. Why double G?
Because it's a CBC.
Exactly. So
It's
you
a
have consonant,
vocal and consonant.
vowel,
Vowel.
and consonant. Yes?
Okay.
So if the adjective has three letters that are at the end consonant, vowel, consonant, or four letters, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, you double the consonant that is at the end, and then you add ER. This is only with one syllable adjectives that end in consonant, vowel, consonant. Now, let's see if you got this. First person, Sophia. If I say pretty, what is the comparative? Sophia?
I'm sorry. Prettier.
Exactly. So, the comparative, prettier, not more pretty. Yes? Good job. Next one, Angie. If I say large, what is the comparative? Angie?
It is at the R, large.
The adjective is large. What would be the
Uh-huh.
comparative?
Only add the ER,
Okay. Okay, and the pronunciation? How do you pronounce it? Let's see, Fatima.
Sure.
Larger, exactly. So you have large, larger. Next person, Douglas Zamora. If I say interesting, what is the comparative?
More interesting.
Excellent, more interesting. Next one, let's see. Daisy. If I say shy, what is the comparative?
Sheer.
Sheer or shyer?
Shire.
Exactly. Next person, William. If I say small, what is the comparative?
Smaller.
Smaller. Thank you. Next one, Helen. If I say tall, what is the comparative?
Taller.
Okay. Louis, if I say handsome, what is the comparative?
Um, Answer.
How many syllables do you have, Luis, when you say handsome?
1 0.
Only one sound.
Answer.
Handsome.
Answer.
How many sounds do you hear? If I say pretty, 2 sounds. Large, 1 sound. Interesting, 3 sounds. Shy, 1 sound. Small, 1 sound. Tall, 1 sound. Handsome, how many sounds?
More handsome.
Okay, but how many sounds do you have when you say handsome? 1 or 2?
Repeat the question, teacher.
How many sounds do you hear when you have the word handsome? 1 or 2 sounds? 1 or 2 syllables?
1 syllable.
Okay, Luis. We are saying, Luis, that syllables are sounds that you hear. You hear this? This is 1 sound. You hear this? 2 sounds. Yes? So if I say tall, you hear 1 or 2 sounds?
To sound.
So you hear tall. That is what you hear. Or you hear tall. What do you hear? 1 or 2?
¿Me podría explicar otra vez, teacher, que ahí sí no lo he entendido, teacher?
Okay, Luis. I'm saying, well, we are going to start from the beginning, Luis, but I need that you pay attention. First thing that you have to do is to turn on your camera so that I can see that you are there and that you are paying attention. So turn on your camera, please. And let's start with the first one, Nelson Hernandez. To compare people, to compare places, and to compare things, we use comparative adjectives. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. And we need to know 3 rules. Yes? Can you tell us the first rule, please?
The first rule is that when we have a word with 1 syllable, we need to add only er. For
Exactly.
example,
1 word or 1 adjective?
one adjective.
Exactly. So, Luis, 1 adjective. Adjective we saw yesterday to describe people, to describe places, and to describe things. Those are adjectives. So we are going little by little. Yesterday we started with adjectives, so now you know adjectives. Today we are seeing comparatives. Yes? So we will compare 2 people, 2 places, and 2 things. Rule number 1, if the adjective has 1 syllable is 1 sound. Yes, 1 sound. That you hear only 1 sound. So you will add ER. What is the example, Nelson?
The example is for cleaner.
What is the adjective?
The adjective is clean, but
Exactly.
the comparative is cleaner.
Excellent. The adjective is clean. How many sounds? Wait, Luis, wait. How many sounds, Nelson?
Is just 1 sound. Clean.
1 sound. Clean, 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 clean. Only 1 sound. No clean. Yes, not clean. It's only 1 sound. Clean. So we add ER. Yes, Luis?
Yes. Más o menos, teacher.
Okay, wait. This is the first one. This is the rule number 1. Yes. Rule number 2. Helen. If the adjective, read the number 2, please, has
2 syllables ending in Y. Change Y to I and I-R. For example,
I, and then ER.
ER.
For example,
Busier.
busier or busier?
Busier, sorry.
Exactly. What is the adjective? What is the adjective, Helen?
Busy.
Busy, exactly. And the comparative?
Busier.
Excellent. So now we can compare two people. We can say, for example, that Raul is busier than Victor because Raul works 10 hours every day and Victor works only 4 hours. Yes? So Raul is busier than Victor. Not Raul is more busy. Yes? Raul is busier than Victor. Yes? And talking about clean, imagine that Helen mops the floor in her house every day, every 2 hours. But Nelson mops the floor probably once a week. So we can say that Helen is cleaner than who?
You say Nelson.
Nelson. Yes, Helen is cleaner than Nelson. Yes, no more clean. More clean? Cleaner. Yes. Now let's see when we use more. Raul, rule number 3.
2 or more syllables that does not end with Y. Use the word more or less.
Example?
Example, more active, less than generous.
Exactly. So when we have one adjective and the adjective has 2 syllables or 3 syllables or 4 or more syllables, you are not going to use ER. Yes?
Teacher,
You will use more. Wait, Luis, wait. For example, Raul runs every day, and let's say that he runs 10 kilometers every day. And Nelson runs only 2 kilometers. So, Raul is more active than Nelson. Raul, 10 kilometers. Nelson, only 2 kilometers. So, Raul is more active than Nelson because he runs more distance every day. Now, Luis, what is your question?
teacher, yo le dije, usted me preguntó Hanson, ¿qué es? Porque yo le dije, Hanson es, o cómo se conjuga, o cómo va la oración.
Compare.
Yo le dije,
Speak English, Luis.
More.
Yes,
teacher.
Okay, more handsome. But my question, Luis, for you to understand, because when I asked you about the first example, you didn't understand. I ask you, when you say handsome, how many syllables do you have when you say handsome? How many syllables do you have? Handsome.
Four syllables?
4 syllables.
2 syllables.
No, 2 syllables.
2 syllables. 2 syllables. 2 sounds. 2 sounds. Handsome. No ha, and so, Sounds. In English, the syllables are sounds, no letters. So I'm not telling you to see the adjective. I'm telling you to hear, not to see, hear. Yes? So pay attention to the sounds that you hear. Handsome. How many syllables, Luis?
No, teacher.
No what? Handsome. How many syllables do you have?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Two syllables.
Handsome.
Two, two
Two
syllables.
syllables.
Two
Okay.
syllables, teacher.
And
Excuse me.
if you say short, how many syllables, Luis?
I'm sorry,
Short.
teacher. Yes. Two syllables.
One syllable.
Okay,
Because it's
Luis.
one song.
Well, I'm going to work with you later, Luis. Okay, now let's see another person, Diana Gonzalez. If I say fast, what is the comparative?
Hello. Can you hear
Diana
me?
Gonzalez? Yes, I
Yes,
can
can
hear
you
you.
hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. Faster.
faster. Thank you. Next person, Nelson Hernandez. If I say ugly, what is the comparative?
Is uglier.
Uglier.
Excellent, uglier. Thank you. Next one, Francisco. If I say good, what is the comparative?
Gooder.
Huh.
Better.
Better.
Better. Because it's
This is
irregular.
irregular. Exactly. So in comparatives, we have irregular adjectives. Specifically, two, good, better, and bad, worse.
Words.
Yes? Good, better, bad, worse. No more good or more bad. More bad, worse. Yes? For example, you can say the soccer team of Honduras is bad, but the soccer team or the national team of El Salvador is worse. Yes?
Yes.
No more bad, worse. Yes? So this is how you compare two places, two things, and two people. Now let's see if you got it. This is only a review because you had this topic last level. So, Catherine Carrillo, can you read the instructions, please?
Yes. Fill in the blank spaces with the correct comparative adjective.
Okay, for example, number 1, only read the information, don't give us the answer.
America is than England big.
Okay, so this adjective that you have over here, you need to change it to comparative in this part. Yes, same thing for the number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, etc. And this is the first part. So take a picture of this. Maybe someone can send it to the WhatsApp group because you will have two parts. This is the first one. And this is the second part. Take a picture of it and send it to the WhatsApp group. And you will work in pairs. Let's see if you got it. Sarah, are you going to use only the adjective and write it in space, or you need to use the comparative?
Only the adjective,
Ángel.
but in comparative.
Comparative, exactly. You need to use the comparative of this adjective. Yes. the comparative of this adjective.
Mhm.
Good. So let's get in pairs. You have 10 minutes to do it. Enter now.
Teacher,
Yes.
I have a little problem. I am in two devices and you send me to two different rooms.
Okay, where do you want to be?
In number, I don't know. I'm staying number 1 and number 12.
Let's see, number 12. Okay, you're going to go to number 12.
Okay. Thank you,
Teacher,
teacher.
the same. I am in rooms 11 and number 3.
So you want to be in
11.
Okay, let me see. There you go.
Thanks.
No problem.
America.
Okay, Luis, you're going to work with me. Luis, one syllable, one sound. Yes, one sound. Two syllables, two sounds. Yes. So when you say big, 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 one or two sounds? One sound. And when you say tall, tall, one or two sounds? Luis? Luis? Well, okay.
Se vino a vivir para acá, para La Palma, y
Hi,
dejó abandonado.
Susana. Hi, Melvin. I hope you're speaking English.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. Have you finished?
Sorry.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, let's see number one. Susana?
America is bigger than England.
Yes. Number two?
Fry is taller than Stuart.
Okay. Number three?
A sport car is expensive than a motorbike. Teacher, I have a question.
Can you repeat it, Susana?
Uh, in this sentence, I have a question
Yes.
because sport is in plural, and the rest of the sentence is in simple. In
What is in plural?
sport.
But are you talking about sports or about sports car?
No, sport car.
And a sports car is singular or plural?
Is singular.
Okay, so this is singular. A sports car.
Okay, the answer is sport car. A sport car is more expensive than a motorbike.
Yes, it is correct. It is correct. Okay, next one, Luis.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so listen to your partners, Luis, because later I will ask you. Melvin, number 4.
I am stronger than you.
Exactly, I am stronger than you. Luis, next one. Intelligent.
Dolphins are more intelligent than rabbits.
Excellent, thank you. Continue, Susana.
Gold is heavier than silver.
Excellent. Next one, Melvin.
The moon is smaller than Earth.
Excellent. Next one, Luis. Fast.
The moon is
No, a motorbike.
a motorbike is faster than sure.
Faster than a cheetah. Good job. Next one, Melvin.
The sun is hotter than lava.
Okay, and the last one, Susana.
Light is quicker, or I don't know if the pronunciation quicker or
Quicker
quicker. Light is quicker than sound.
than sound.
Than sound.
Excellent. Now let's go back and check the answer with the rest of the class. Good job. Check your answer. Start with the first person. That is going to be Nelson. Number 1.
America is bigger than England.
Like this?
No, WG.
Excellent. Thank you. Next one, Xiomara. Number 2. Xiomara Hernandez, number 2.
Craig is taller than Stuart.
Excellent. Taller than Stuart. Next one, Angel.
A sport car is more expensive than a motorcycle, maybe.
Yes, you're right. More
Than
motorbike.
motorbike.
Good job.
Yes.
Thank you. Next one, Raul. Turn on your microphone, Raul.
Sorry. I am stronger than you.
Exactly. I am stronger than you. Thank you. Next one. Let's see. Francisco.
Dolphins are more intelligent than rabbits.
Excellent. More intelligent. No more intelligence. Yes, more intelligent. Good. Next one, Catherine Carrillo.
Gold is heavier than silver.
Excellent. Heavier than silver. Next one, Sarah.
The moon is smaller than the Earth.
Excellent. Smaller. Next one, Nelson. But the second Nelson. Nelson Hernandez.
A motorbike is faster than a cheetah.
Exactly. Faster than a cheetah. Next one, Anna.
The sun is hotter than lava.
Like this?
It's hotter.
Like this.
WT.
Double T. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Next one, Diana Gonzalez.
Light, sorry. Light is light is quicker than sound.
Excellent. Quicker than sound. Good job. Now, the second part. Gabriela Jaco.
The number one.
Yes.
The weather in Korea is warmer than England.
Exactly. Thank you. Next one. Let's see. William.
I am younger than you.
Excellent. Next one. José Sandoval.
You are older than me.
Excellent. You are older than me. Next one. Angie.
The Nile River is longer than the Thames River.
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 Thames River.
Thames River.
Okay, let's see the last one. Sophia.
Science is more interesting than math.
Excellent. More interesting. Yes, good. So this is how you use comparatives. Now, let's move on to the practice. Fatima Mercado, can you read instructions, please?
Taking activity. Work in pairs and compare people, places, and things.
Exactly. So today, you need to compare two people, two places, and two things, but not basic. Not basic like, okay, I will compare my mother and my sister. My mother is older than my sister. Finish. No, that is basic. You need to give more information, more comparisons. Yes? Okay, I will compare my mother and my sister. Obviously, my mother is older than my sister. My sister is taller than my mother. My mother is more serious than my sister. And my sister is more outgoing than my mother. My mother is probably a little bit more energetic than my sister because my sister is shyer when she meets new people. And you continue like that. And then two places. Okay, I will compare El Pital and Planes de Rende. Yes, El Pital is colder than Planes de Renderos. And Planes de Rendero has probably more delicious food than El Pital. And you continue like that. And then two things. Okay, I will compare Samsung versus Apple. Yes, if we compare cell phones, Android system versus iPhone. iPhone is safer than Android because it has la 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 la. Yes, but Samsung is better than iPhones when you want to install new applications without any problems. So this is what you're going to do. Compare people, places, and things. You will be switching pairs every 10 minutes. You will have a new classmate. So you can enter right now. Hi, Stephanie.
San Miguel is hotter. It's hotter than San Salvador. Mhm.
Yes.
And I suppose San Salvador is bigger than San Miguel.
Yes.
Mhm. Is all right?
Yes. So
Okay.
San Miguel
Can you
is
repeat it, Nelson?
Is all right?
Can you repeat the previous comparison?
I suppose San Salvador is bigger than San Miguel.
Hmm.
Mhm. It's
I
okay?
I doubt it. The sentence is correct, but the idea, I think it's not correct.
Ah,
I think it is the opposite. But let me
ah,
check. I will Google it and I will let you
okay,
know later. But
no.
continue. Really?
San
okay,
Salvador is bigger.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
live
that
in San Miguel.
really.
Yes. So San Salvador is bigger than San Miguel.
Okay. I will Google it. We will see because I knew that it was the opposite. But
okay,
continue. I will let you know later.
okay, okay. And I think that San Miguel is more I think San Miguel is had more commercial activity than San Salvador because it's near to frontier to Honduras.
I don't know this commercial activity, so I
Mm,
don't know this information.
okay, okay. And about my family, I have I have two sisters, but one of them is Sonia is smaller than me, and she is little heavy than me too. And
In my case, my brother is taller than me, and my brother is younger than me,
mm,
and my mom mm,
and
is taller for me, and the same case with my father.
okay, my brother is younger than me, and he is little heavy too than me. Okay. Do you like the beach?
Mm, yes, no,
Yes.
not yet.
But do you like?
Yes.
Okay. For me, it's a nice place, and the beach sometimes is more, I don't know if I can say more attractive. That's another than another place. But in the summer, I like the mountain, and
In my case,
the
the
mountain is
mountain,
colder than the city
uh-huh,
and the beach.
yes. In my case, I think the mountains are better than beach.
Okay. All time or short time?
Hardly ever I go the beach,
Okay.
honestly.
Yes, I like some more the beach, but in the summer, I prefer the mountain. Because it's colder than the city and the beach. Okay. Anything else? Hello.
Hi. Um, the
Do you like
mm,
read?
what?
Do you like read? Read book?
Mm, Maybe depend of the con of the content, the information.
Okay. Okay. For example, for me, it's the book about biography is more interesting,
Interesting.
interesting than novels.
In my case, the novels is more interesting that
The biography.
than or or science, but I don't know.
Sorry?
Um, the novels
Mhm.
are more are most interesting that science
Science.
science books
Okay.
or history books.
Okay.
And the the social media
Mhm.
I think is um TikTok is more interesting than Facebook.
Ah, okay. Usually I didn't use TikTok. I prefer LinkedIn. Do you know LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me LinkedIn is more interesting than another social media.
hmm
Mhm. For the content.
And they listen to music.
Yes, I like so much the music.
Same. And in my case, I the YouTube is is better than Spotify and
Yes.
another platform. The music, no,
Mhm.
another music platform. In my
Eh,
case, in your case,
I like Spotify for listen music. Eh, Spotify is more efficiente teacher. Efficiency.
Efficient.
Efficient. Spotify
okay.
is more efficient for listen music. And
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is more efficient for watch video
Mm-hmm.
about a specific topic. Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Eh,
good job. Now I will
thank
send you to work with another person, but before that, I got the information about San Miguel and San Salvador.
Okay.
So let me share screen. This is just for you to know because it is important to know, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, we have extinction in San Miguel, 2,077 square kilometers in San Miguel, 2,077 square
Sí.
kilometers. And San Salvador, 886 square kilometers.
Okay.
And also, if we see the map, we have San Miguel is all this way long.
Yes.
And San Salvador is in red over here, only this part.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
San Miguel is San
Yes,
Miguel
it's
is
bigger.
Mhm.
San Miguel is bigger than San Salvador.
Exactly. The
Teacher is
difference is that San Miguel has probably fewer people because the land in San Miguel is bigger than San Salvador.
yes, it's okay.
Yes.
Is like may I say you have reason
You
or
are
what?
right.
You are right. Okay.
You are right.
You are right.
Mhm.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, good. No problem. Now, Catherine, you're going to work with another partner. You're going to work with Susana.
Okay.
And Nelson, you're going to work with Melvin. So he's coming.
Okay. Teacher, what is better to use? Nearer or closer?
Closer.
Closer. Okay.
And what happened to Melvin? Well, I will bring another person. I will bring, let's
Okay.
see, Anna. And Anna neither.
Are they?
I guess it is their internet connection. Well, I will bring Gabriela. Jaco. Hi, Gabriela.
Okay.
Gabriela.
Hi, Gabriela.
Hello.
Hello.
Um, who can start?
You can start.
Okay. I talk about people from my family.
Okay.
My dad is taller than my mom, and my mom is younger than my father. My father is busier than my mom. Um, I think my dad is more intelligent than my mom.
Okay.
My dad is thinner than my mom,
Yeah.
and my mom is more beautiful than my father.
Okay. In my case, my parents are died, but my father was taller than my mom. and he was um, thinner. He was thinner than my mom, and they are so similar, but he was little thinner than my mom. He was my mom was younger than my father. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Two places. Galeria is smaller than Plaza Mundo.
Yes.
Galeria is more expensive than Plaza Mundo. I can I change the places?
Yes.
Okay. Ataco is more touristic. I think that is correct. Is more touristic than Cojutepeque. I don't know.
Yes, Cojutepeque is boring, more boring than Ataco.
Yes.
And I think Ataco is colder than Cojutepeque.
That is, yes, that is correct.
And it's more interesting.
Because it's touristic.
Yes.
Yes.
It's touristic, and for the
And there are a lot of restaurants.
Yes.
Teacher, we can say there are more restaurants than Cojutepeque. It's a comparative.
It is correct.
Okay.
Yes, and I like restaurant with meat. I know a restaurant. The name is I don't remember the name, but
Okay. Good.
You?
Well, in comparative, for example, with my mother and me, my mother is thinner than me, but I'm taller than she.
Okay.
And I can tell you about my cousin. It's like my brother, but it's my cousin. My cousin is older than me, but I'm heavier than he. In the places, I can talk about Guatemala. I visit Guatemala because my mother lived there. Guatemala is bigger than El Salvador, but I think, in my opinion, El Salvador is more interesting than Guatemala.
Okay.
And another place, I can say, I live in Soyapango. My father live in Apopa. I feel in Soyapango is colder than Apopa. In Soyapango is hotter too, but Apopa is worse. Two things I can say about my house and my cousin's house. My
Okay.
house is smaller than my cousin's house, but my house is nearer than to San Salvador than my cousin's house. and tell about my cell phone and the cell phone of my father. My cell phone, sorry, my father's cell phone is more expensive than my cell phone, but my cell phone has better camera than my father's cell phones. And also, that's all.
Good job, good job. Now let's go back and check only some little things we need to correct. Excellent.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, time's up. Now let me take a picture. So turn on your cameras, please. And after I take the picture, we are going to correct some things. So turn off your microphones and turn on your cameras, please. Let's see, there are some people that are still returning. Okay, 1, 2, now. Okay, so let's check only little things we need to correct, guys. These things are pretty easy and simple, but we need to pay attention to them. Number 1, William. Someone said, the mountains are better than the beach. This is not correct. How do you correct it?
That the mountains are better than
Exactly. Don't
the
say
beach.
that. To compare, it's not that. It is then. Yes, then and the
Then
adverb. Next one, Angie, pronunciation of this?
Um, the second
Yes,
sentence,
this
teacher.
one? No, this word. How do you pronounce it?
Mm, Summer.
Summer, exactly. No summer, summer, guys. Next one,
Okay.
Francisco Arevalo. Hardly ever I go to the beach. This is not correct. How do you correct it?
The beach. Hmm.
I go to the beach.
No.
I hardly ever go to the beach.
Excellent.
Ever.
I hardly ever go to the beach. What is the position of the frequency? Before the verb or at the beginning of the sentence?
At the
Before.
beginning. Yeah.
Beginning of the sentence.
It's before the verb,
Of the verb.
not at the beginning. Yes, before the verb. I always go. I never go. I hardly ever go. Yes, before the verb. Next one, Anna. My brother is a little heavy than me. This is not correct. How do you correct it?
My brother is heavier than me.
A little heavier than me. Yes, a little heavier than me. Good. Next one, Susanna. Do you like read? This is not correct. How do you correct it?
Do you like to read?
Excellent. Do you like to read or do you like reading? Next one. Catherine Carrillo. Novels are most interesting than science books. This is not correct. How do you correct it? Turn on your
More
microphone.
interesting.
Ah, more interesting, no most. Yes, more interesting than science books. Next one, Sara Jimenez. Usually, I didn't use TikTok.
Usually. Usually.
Mhm.
Usually.
TikTok.
No.
I
Didn't.
usually didn't use TikTok.
Ah, don't use. Yes.
Use.
So don't.
I don't. Don't.
Yes. Usually is frequency in the
Usually.
present. So the present. In the case of usually, it can be at the beginning of the sentence or before the verb. Usually and sometimes can be in both positions, but they are the only two frequency that can have two positions. The rest are always before the verb. Yes. So in this case, usually I don't use TikTok or I don't usually use it. Next one, Gabriela. How do you pronounce this?
Lightning.
This is LinkedIn.
Oh.
LinkedIn. This is pronounced like a T. This is like a T. LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Exactly.
Okay.
Next one, Diana Gonzalez. My parents are died. My parents are died is not correct. What is the correct one?
Died. My parents
No.
Are dead.
My parents are dead. Yes, died is the verb. Dead is the adjective. Yes. Next one. William, I am taller than she. I am taller than she. I am taller than he is not correct. How do you correct it?
I am taller than her.
Exactly. You use object pronouns than me, than him, than her, than them. Yes. No they, no he, no she, no I. Yes. And the last one, pronunciation. Xiomara, how do you pronounce this?
Smaller.
Smaller. It's not smaller. It's only smaller. And not maler. Yes. Older. Smaller. Good. Now, two things. No classes for the ones that are new. No classes on Saturdays and Sundays. So we will continue on Monday. But you will have some activities to complete this weekend. I will send you the activity through WhatsApp. So pay attention to the WhatsApp group this weekend. Yes. Now the attendance, Francisco Hernandez, Susana, Ana, José Sandoval, Ángel, Nelson Hernández, Catherine Carrillo, Catherine Alvarado, Melvin, Daisy, Luis, Nelson López, Angie, Sara, Gabriela, Xiomara, Diana Hill, Diana González, Raúl, René, William, Sofía, Helen, Eliezer, Stephanie, Valeria, Crisia, and Douglas. Thank you for being there. I see you all on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye, teacher. Good night.
Bye.